Okay, so this is a quick training on standard operating procedure use for recertification on CSRs. Every few months, we recertify you to remind you of how to perform, tasks that you should be trained on. And sometimes over time you might forget, and things change, and then you have to be reminded. This is to avoid reminders. Okay, these recertification trainings may seem monotonous in nature, but they are to avoid reminders of doing simple things that you may just be forgetting to reduce the amount of oversight we need for team members. All right, so when you use SOPs, it's not uncommon for us to change the SOP or change like the custom GPT we use for automation, like for automated chat GPT use. So always be sure to check for updates. Like for example, I'll show you on this client task here. You want to update, let's say I was doing the CSR task for this is in progress. In this client collaboration ads, right? Let's say you're getting ready to do this task. Before you do the task, even this, the problem is when you've already done the task before, like you've been working for us and you've already reviewed it, you actually need to open the SOP and see if it has a new update. And this one's been updated just on the 3rd, just 5 days ago. So what you would want to do is say, okay, there's been a new update here because I haven't done it. Last time I did the task, you could look in your task on ClickUp. Oh, the last time I did this in ClickUp was before the 3rd. Now it says it was updated on the 3rd. It's September 8th. That means there's a new update. So I need to read through this, see if there's anything I'm not familiar with, open the custom GPT, see if that's changed, right? So we'll open up this link to the custom GPT. Okay, looks pretty normal, but like I'll leave that open because I'll probably still need it for the task. This is the same GPT here. And then I'll read the step-by-step instructions, see if there's anything new really. And then there's a training video. So I'm going to open the training video and see if that's new. And when you use the SOP, the way to use it is to read through it all of the way, looking for details, because sometimes there's details in the SOP that we don't cover in the video, especially if there's updates, because sometimes there's updates and we need to add details in a written form on the SOP and can't record a whole video on it because it's something really small. So always be sure to read the SOP first, then review the video. This video is 4 minutes and 9 seconds. This is actually a really easy task that goes very quickly, where you're really just starting a planning process with the client, like sending an email. So it's pretty easy. But watch it, and sometimes I'll watch it at a 1.25 speed. Sometimes I'll watch it at 1.5 speed. Just make sure you can understand what's being said in the video. If you don't, slow it down. Go down to 1x speed or even a 0.8. If a talking happens really fast and you miss something, slow it down. Speed it up if you can understand what they're saying and you can pause it, right? The main thing is that you watch it all of the way through. Take time to just sit and watch the video all the way through. Then you're going to go to do the task. I would leave up the instructions for the SOP, and you're going to start going through the task by going through the step-by-step instructions. Follow the instructions. 1, we're going to access this. Go to Google ClickUp. Then I would usually play the video till I get through that point in the instructions and pause it, and then I would go to my next tab and do what it said to do, right? Double checking the steps in the SOP. So this is a very methodical way to go through a task so you don't miss any details. And sometimes this means that the task may take you a little bit longer the first time or when there's changes made to it, but you don't want to miss details in task use, right? So review the SOP, review the video in full. Then when you go to execute the SOP, especially where there's changes, leave it up in a tab and like follow the instructions by following a step, doing the activity in the step, coming back, reading the next step, doing that activity, playing the video and doing what it says in the video and going along till you reach the end of that step, pausing the video, going and doing it. Sometimes this is even why I like using 2 screens. If you have an extra monitor, you can throw this up in your side monitor, the SOP in the video, and then pull up a tab in your main monitor where you're doing the task, and you can kind of follow along with the other stuff while you do it, okay? Just a pro tip there. So It's important to check for updates. It's important, every time you go to do a task, open the SOP to look for updates. Make sure you're reviewing everything thoroughly, using the SOP in the Loom to complete the task, not missing details. If you see errors or you run into a problem, like in the process, you can troubleshoot it. You can actually leave a comment. Click inside of the SOP, leave a comment, and say, hey, I got to this point in the task, and it looks like this software has been updated, so it's a little bit different now. Put a screenshot in your comment, right? You can do stuff like that because these are set to comment. Or if for some reason the settings are off, do it in your ClickUp task here in comments. Say, hey, I got to this point in the SOP, and there's a problem here. You need to give specific feedback where you reach problems and say, I ran into a problem. This is what it is here. Remember your troubleshooting workflow, though. Be sure to, look up a help article, start a chat. But like even if you figured out the problem, it's good to give feedback and say, hey, I ran into this problem here, so this is how I resolved it. Just FYI on the SOP here. If you do that, I'm able to do that with the other SOPs I'm using with the other team members. That makes you more valuable to me. That means that I take this into when you make productive feedback on SOPs on how to make them better, and you actually solve problems without just pointing out the problems. Like pointing out the problems is good. If you solve the problems you're pointing out, I will definitely be aware of that, and I will be looking at you as somebody that I can give more pay to, more time to, more responsibility to in the agency here in Acceleration Enterprises. We value problem solvers that contribute to team resources. You become a resource and an asset to the team in this way, and you have the opportunity to do it through our standard operating procedures. Okay? So I hope that's helpful. Thank you for taking the training.